What up, though? Y'all know what it is. You're not tuned into another episode of Everybody Has a Voice podcast, brought to you live from Farm Boy Studios, sponsored by Vivian's Barbecue. It's your boy Worldwide Wall Street.
It's your boy Q.
B Blanco.
And today, I got a Detroit legend in the building. I got none other than my man, Helluva in the building.
What up, dog?
What's going on, my guy?
What's Warren in the building?
For sure. Put it on the map all day long.
For sure.
Man, it's a long time coming, man. And this interview right here, man, like, we about 25 episodes deep in Everybody Got a Voice, man. And, like, this might be the most special one to me because, like,
man, stop playing, boy.
No, seriously, like, because, and I said
real.
that.
That shit, no shit.
I said that, like, I'm going to take this interview real serious, like, outside of our friendship, outside our personal relationship. I'm going to take this like a real journalist because the climate of where Detroit at right now, if I had to give one person credit for that, it would be you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You birthed that sound. So, like,
that's real.
This is my chance to give you your flowers if it mean anything to you. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, you know?
Hell yeah. I remember 20 years ago, dog. This 2025. I remember 20 years ago, J1 was talking about this nigga, like, asking Den, like, man, I gotta go get I gotta get my shit produced by Helluva.
I mean, because,
that
like,
was 20 years ago, dog.
Yeah.
That was
if you're an artist
05.
and it spread
Hell yeah, that was
deeper than
05.
Detroit,
Everybody want a hell beat.
it done got bigger than Detroit. If you're an artist from the Midwest, you want a hell of a beat.
Everybody.
Hell
It's like
yeah.
an artist from the West Coast not wanting a Dr. Dre beat.
Yeah.
So that's the respect I get this man with creating our sound that the world is on now.
Yeah.
He kept it going.
So
too.
We just had that conversation on camera.
When I,
Niggas is biting our sound everywhere.
When I really be like introducing myself to like artists that don't know me out of town, like I tell them, like, you know, I'm from Detroit. I work with all these artists that y'all listen to. Like in Detroit at a point, the goal was like niggas weren't even trying to get on no more. They was just trying to get to me. You feel me?
And that says a lot.
We had to start being fans of our own music. So Detroit just got to a point where it was like, fuck trying to get on. We just like making music. Let's stop sounding like everybody else. And yeah, niggas started sounding like niggas from Detroit.
So we got to go back, though, because a lot of people just got hip to your beats when the tag came out.
Yeah,
But you've been around way before the tag.
for sure.
And I'm one of the ones that right here, I can tell people where the tag come from.
Nah,
The tag come from the video with Zay and Twan, little son, rapping on the four-wheelers. You know what I mean? That's where the tag come from.
City Star Entertainment.
Yeah, shout out my man Lil J, City Star
Shout out
Entertainment.
Lil J.
But, man, give everybody, man, a little history lesson, man. How you get started into this shit, man. Take them back to the beginning.
Like how far? Like
All the way from the beginning, because a lot of people don't know this.
Baby.
What inspired you to do music?
So I was kind of like born into a family with a musical background, you know. My mama, they get mad when I say this, but my mama's side was like real ghetto and shit. And my father's side, they was more like working class. It was just different. So I used to go over there on the weekends and everybody over there did music. My one uncle played the guitar. My father played the piano. My grandfather was a singer. And one of my uncles, he was a drummer. So I'd be over here in the hood, and both off of Warren, both sides of Illinois. I'm over here, we wilding, a bunch of kids, and then I go over here on the weekend, and I got to go to church and read books and learn how to do music. So that's where it started at. It was always access there. A piano was always there. A guitar was always there. Like, just stuff that you could play on.
Did your people used to fuck with Stevie Wonder?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they was lit like that.
Okay.
So what was the first beat you made?
Look though, hold on. When I was 5, my sister asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I told her I wanted to be a rapper. And she told me, "We ain't gonna be no rap when you grow up." What?
How
Wasn't gonna be no rap.
How old was she? How old was she though?
How old she? She probably about 10 around then. But you know, rap was like a
Yeah, people
like
thought that was going to be a
fad.
passing fad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody ain't never think that, 50 years later, that this shit be where it's at now?
Yeah.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? So,
But my first beat I ever made, it's no way I could remember that because I was always kind of like making beats as a little kid.
you remember what equipment you first started using?
Yeah, my father, he had a bunch of rolling keyboards, so he probably had a rolling D50 or something like that. And he was in a band, and they would go to different bars and play people music and make money like that. Like, but they was always playing other people music. And I used to go with them, I'd just be around. So from doing that, I could tell what every instrument is supposed to be doing, because I'm paying attention to the bass player, I'm paying attention to my father playing the keyboard, I'm paying attention to the lead guitar player, and I'm just learning how everything works in unison. And I used to tell him, I asked him one time, like, why y'all always playing other people's music? Why y'all don't make y'all own songs? And he like, this is what I do to get money and pay the bills. And I told him, I'm like, when I get grown, I'm gonna make my own songs.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be playing no other people's shit.
So I'm gonna take it here. I kind of first got hip to you, True Players compilation.
That was like the first big thing I did in my eyes.
So give us a little bit about that. It's a history lesson. I mean, you know, a lot of people don't know this. You know what I mean?
They was fucking with Fuse. They had that song out, Cash
Rules Everything Around Me.
So these was like hood niggas, but they was low key, but they was doing big shit. So my boy Mario, he was Corleone and L1's little cousin. So he was always telling them, like, these niggas getting money, Mario getting money with him. He like, I gotta bring y'all to the hood. My man be in the basement making beats. So they come to the hood, they got a bunch of like Escalades and Lincoln trucks and all type of shit. So people on the block was looking like this nigga made it. So I went from the basement to AK Studio and started doing music with them.
And from there, where you go?
From there, I was, I think I stayed stagnant for a little while, but I was, you know, the Joy Road niggas, these was my boys, Twine, all of them. They used to always be cutting into me saying, like, we need to do some music, but I never took them serious. I'm like, these niggas.
Listen, you know we are from the same area, same area, and it ain't no secret, the street shit, our side and they side. So all my old heads always been into it with them niggas. So
right,
when them niggas turned to rappers, I'm like, how the fuck these niggas turned to rappers? Like, I don't think nobody seen that in a million years. Twine rapping, like, get the fuck out of here.
Mad Dog was always serious.
I can see that though.
Low key.
I can see that.
Being a rapper behind the scenes, but still like all in the street shit. But these niggas not knowing what me and him dipping off to the studio making songs. So Twine always like, let's make a CD. I'm like, I'm straight. I ain't fucking with them. I'm never thinking they gonna take it serious. So one time I got locked up and I knew this nigga number by heart. And I called this nigga. I was like, look, you help me get out this bitch. We gonna make the CD. So that's how the Midwest shit got started, period.
Nah, that's an era. That 06, and
Helluva.
I'm going to let you define that era. What do you think that era classifies as? 06 to 08? What do you think that era leads to? The Mae West, the Stretch Money, the K Deezy, the KA, the Mike. What years you define that era as?
Man, that was like down near the beginning to where we at right now, for real.
I think so too. And as I say, this is a history lesson with Detroit music, with the man that I think curated Detroit music, the sound that we had
a
now.
lot going on right then at the same time, man. We used to move as like a unit, like Mae West, KA, Lies Boys, Stretch Money, K Deezy. We would all do shows together all at the same time, and I'm producing for everybody. When Twine brought the Lies Boys to me, I don't think they was rappers at the time.
We got to get into that. We definitely got to get into the Lies Boys, but I got to go back a little bit. People don't know you made Beats for Blade.
Yeah. Ice What I Love You.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
But see, that's before the tag. See what I'm saying? This man been doing this for a while and been creating the sound behind the scenes for a while. The tag is what made it to where...
I'm going to keep it 1,000. I didn't like them that much.
Who, the Street Lords?
Yeah.
Because I can probably say this because I know you're a rapper.
I'm a rapper.
So you looking at it from a lyrical standpoint.
These niggas just wasn't really like nice niggas.
As far as people,
like personality and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, arrogant, rich drug
and
dealers.
Rich, flossy niggas, you know, they ain't fuck with niggas like me.
Yeah.
You feel me? I still was the grimy nigga that you be looking at out the corner of your eye like...
It's like you try to hit a lick or something.
You feel me? Them niggas was the type of niggas, if your car wasn't up to par, you couldn't even go to the club with them. So I kind of like, I used to be hating like, man.
So how did you end up getting with Blade to make the beat for Blade Ice What I Love You?
Twan was cool with him. Like, he was cool with it. You know what? Actually, the first time I end up fucking with Blade is because Wipeout introduced us. Because I was fucking with Wipeout first. I was fucking with all the East Side first. Tough Town, all of them. It was my boys. Wipeout put me with Blade. Then my dumb ass, I think the first beat I did for Blade, I overcharged him. Cause I was like, I don't know no better. I'm like, these rich ass niggas. Like
Shit,
$1,000, which is unheard of. And you know, he arrogant. Nigga, take this shit. But he like, man, that nigga taxed me. I don't fuck with him. He said that before. I had his number. I called him like, dog, you said I taxed you, dog? Blade like, yeah, man, you know you taxed me. I'm like, all right, your next beat I'm gonna give you for free. And that was the next beat I ended up doing for him was Ice What I Love You.
Did y'all actually do that in studio together?
AK gave it to him.
So you never got a chance to record in the studio with Blade?
I did, but not that song.
Not that song?
AK recording him.
Like, when it comes to Detroit music, of course, Blade Ice was an icon.
For sure.
So give us a little insight about what was a studio session like with Blade Icewood.
I mean, like, at first I used to be hating on him, but after a while I just got this respect for him. When I got respect for these niggas, when it was when they went against Rock Bottom. Cause everybody counting them out, you feel me? They like, these Rock Bottom was the best rappers on earth to me.
I'm glad you just brought that up, because that's something I might have
When nobody fucking with Rock Bottom.
You feel me?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Shit, like, I'm a rapper. You know what I mean? And I ain't toot my own horn. You know what I mean? I grew up with East Coast music. You know what I mean? So
for sure,
I got an undertone of lyrics. Them niggas was saying something like Tango and Cash, Big Hurt. Like, them niggas was saying something. Like, it wasn't even no competition to me as far as lyrical. Street Lords won because they was more popular and had more money. But lyrical, Rock Bottom blew them niggas out the water.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but that's another thing I learned during that time is like lyrical don't mean everything.
For sure it don't.
They kicking off in y'all asses and they not lyrical at all, you feel me? So that's when I got a respect for them. Like, okay, y'all went toe-to-toe with Rock Bottom and they the absolute best. But just like being in the studio with Blade and them is like being in the studio with like paying them. Like, these niggas silly, crack jokes, talk shit. So it was just like that.
Been in the studio with you more times than I can count. And, you know, I know some times when me and K.A. used to come to that studio, it used to be wanting us to get the fuck up out of there.
It's not you. It's him.
What's he doing, dog?
He said it's him.
Damn,
Man, you know how
I know this, but I wasn't going to say this on camera.
What's he doing, dog?
I'll tell you one particular day. This nigga worked me like a slave. I'm talking about we in there for like 16 hours.
Damn.
The whole day, he buying, smoking weed all day. And he the type of person, Yape is a smoke a blunt
He do
between
that all
every
day.
fucking bar and take an hour to do the song and then say, I just freestyle that whole shit. After he smoked a blunt
Why
between
you never
every
told
bar.
him what he was doing, though?
He do all the time. He do all the time.
So look, the end of the day, I'm like, where my money at? Pull up on me tomorrow, cuz. What the fuck you mean pull up on you tomorrow?
Hey, bro.
He don't got no money. He done spent it on weed all day.
I remember we caught you in that bitch sick one day. And you ain't like, man, leave me the fuck alone. You laid on the couch, me and K.A. ran amok in the studio. So we had the studio for about a whole day, literally. Or, remember my son, I used to bring my son to the studio when he was a baby.
How old is he now?
21.
That's fucking nuts.
But remember, you had the game on the big ass screen. The day too. All he sees the game. He gonna keep sit your little ass down, nigga. And I ain't got no babysitter. He stuck with me. Daddy used to be in the studio acting a fool.
I used to live in the studio. If I was sick, I think to myself, I'd rather be sick in the studio. If I'm gonna be stranded with no car, I'd rather be stranded in the studio. So that's how that was
For sure, man. And,
Work ethic, crazy.
and it paid off, man. And let's go back to that 06 era a little bit, man. Because, like, I think, like you said, that's the beginning of where we at now. But a lot of people don't get guys like that credit.
Nah, a lot of people missed out. They Yeah, they don't. They started
The Doughboys.
or no, they started as the Street Lords and skip that era and go.
And go to the Doughboys.
Yeah.
And me, you just said this. You said the Lost Boys. When you met the Lost Boys, you said you don't even think you didn't consider them rappers.
Nah, I didn't.
Me, hands down, that's one of the most classic and influential CDs that come out of Detroit. The Bags In.
It got to the point where, man, West niggas like, why the fuck you making that shit so good?
Because if I'm mistaken, you did every beat on the album.
Yeah. Wrote most of the hooks or either help with them if I ain't write them. And then this is what I used to do. Like, they'll pick a beat and they'll be trying to write to it and I'd be done sold it. So then when they come in, I'd be done just had to make a beat on the spot. But them beats I was making on the spot was just killing shit.
So what was that like, man, crafting that Bags In album?
That shit was fun. I can literally say my son, I don't know, Zay was like a little kid at the time. Well, he probably about 8 or something. He used to be recording Mac Nichols and teaching him how to do ad-libs.
Yeah.
So I remember Zay telling him, like, Mac Nichols didn't really know what ad-libs was. He like, well, if you say something about a car, say vroom, vroom. So if you listen to how Mac Nichols do his ad-libs, it's just like that. If he say something like, my watch this 50,000 in the background, you feel me? He learned from a kid.
He come from Zay.
So then when I hear people doing it, I'm like, he didn't know what he was doing and y'all doing just what he do.
So from that era, which is overlooked, I give it his due credit. You said skip to the Doughboys. I missed that whole era. I was gone. And I used to be calling you, and I used to be calling you used to be telling me, like, man, these little niggas, and I used to be like, because to be honest, and I'm gonna get to this, I didn't really listen to you till you said T. And I remember, I called you, and you played some acapella T. And he was like singing, he was like, man, listen, Wall, if they do this right, he gonna be bigger than Jesus. I'm like, man, I ain't feel it at the time. But then First Day Out dropped. Let's go back a little bit. The Doughboy era. Now, they had shit on Smash.
I ain't like them at first.
How?
You ain't like the Doughboys at first?
Oh, I remember somebody played them for me, and I'm like, man, who's these little niggas, man? This nigga sound like Mac Nichols. This nigga off beat. I just didn't get it. And one day I was like, I'm about to listen to that CD and figure out why people like these niggas. And I just rolled to it. By the time I finished riding to that bitch, I was a fan.
So they already had a wave before you start fucking with them.
They was making noise, yeah.
Yeah, because, like I said, I missed it all.
They for sure had the city behind them for damn show.
They had the younger generation.
Yeah, even in parties and shit used to be slapping.
Do you remember?
They had all the kids. None of the older niggas liked them. Nobody took them serious. I was like the first older nigga. Like, I'm fucking with these niggas.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go there. My opinion. GFC. I don't even know who GFC consists of. I just know Rich Ken and Monday. All white Buffies. That song changed a lot of shit and people don't even know it. Like, Buffies, like that made this. We've been wearing buffs, we've been calling them buffs, but that song right there and that video that made them to where it's at now. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
To me, the Doughboys came in after them, so I was like, the Doughboys was biting off them. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I really think they just developed that shit just from being homeboys and hanging around each other.
People be having their own style, man. It just. It's just human nature to damn near sound, you know what I'm saying?
Similar from where you from.
Yeah. And I look at it like this too because
I say they was more influenced by like the Lodge Boys.
Cause I don't think
and the Street Lord.
Of course I see that, but I say Rich Ken them was too then. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think niggas go listen to other niggas' music and be like, I'ma sound like this. Hell no.
Yeah, they do sometimes.
Shitting me. Shitting me.
So niggas that purposely try to sound like another nigga.
How you think there's so many songs that sound like another motherfucker?
But when you start liking shit and respect it, you gonna adapt it.
But not at 14.
Yeah, because it's
16.
It's
No,
where you
hell
from.
no. Maybe
and you a fan of this shit.
maybe
You might
older.
not
So you know niggas was listening to the Doughboys like, we gotta sound like these niggas. It was niggas doing that, for sure.
So from the Doughboys got big. And they was big as fuck.
I remember the first time somebody called me for a feature from them. I'm called Paylite, and somebody want to pay you all to rap on the song. They couldn't believe it. Like, how much y'all want? You like,
you remember the first beat
shit,
you did
I don't
for
know. Tell them $100.
You remember the first beat you did for them?
probably I Be Going Hard Out Here. And that was my song.
Yeah.
And I just put all of them on it.
It's another song that you sent me. Well, I ain't even gonna say you sent me, because if you remember this, I used to come to the studio and just steal music. Man, download me a CD and ride to it.
Yeah.
But when I got in the joint, I got to listen to some shit, and it's the song with Tee Marie.
Oh, yeah.
It was You By Yourself. The original version was You By Yourself.
Yeah.
But I ended up hearing the version of them and Tee Marie.
Yeah.
Years later.
Yeah.
Why you ain't do
I'll
too
do
much
that.
music though? Like, far as rapping and shit. Like, why you ain't really just go at it like that?
It's like it'd be hard for me to be in different modes at the same time. You feel me?
Hold on. Let me stop.
I'm in rap mode, producer mode.
Let me stop you right
Producing pay the bills.
What you just asked that nigga?
Like, cause he was an artist.
No.
He an artist too.
What you just asked him?
Why he ain't go at the music, like rapping like that? Like, nigga, you a hard nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And he know this. Like, this my man outside of who he's become now. This my man.
Yeah, I fuck with it. I fuck with it though.
This nigga, why you think I say he used to go steal music? Who used to be my favorite rapper?
But look though, I come from an era where rapping didn't get you no fucking where. All these niggas did was spend their money. Right. These niggas making money now. Everybody from my era was just spending money. It was like no point in rapping down there.
I literally went to jail spending money trying to be a rapper. I went to jail selling cocaine to be a rapper.
You could do it now.
Selling cocaine to be a rapper. I feel like I'm too old now.
Shit, y'all, you just gonna talk about different shit.
How you feel about that? Because
there's no age to it.
I still make music, but at the same time, I'm on my podcast. I do feel like I'm too old to just push the rapper
Them niggas
envelope.
lucky I can't rap.
So why do you think it's an age limit on our music when Rolling Stones can drop an album now if they want to? Do you think it's because they've been on the scene all this time, or even the R&B?
You know what it is? It's like what he said. The older niggas don't talk about what they supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get on a song, get the drilling and all that shit, I know I don't want to hear it.
Nah, hell no.
I don't hear nothing about it. You selling crack and doing all you need, you too old for that.
Okay.
But we need something that the older niggas need something that they can relate to too. They want to listen to some shit instead of listening to the young niggas all day.
We gotta rap our age.
And that's where
you feel me?
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
why I'm so relatable to Mac Nichols, to me.
Yeah.
It's my talk.
A lot of shit.
It's my generation.
A lot of shit Mac was talking about, I had no understanding of it. Like, I didn't know nothing about if you had the shoes, and ain't shit unless you got the belt and the watches he was talking about and the restaurants. I ain't know nothing about
this shit
none of
is
that.
come up on every fucking episode because that's my GOAT with Detroit music because of
Mac Nichols.
Yes, because I think
He was on a whole nother level.
I think what he's talked about has changed the culture of Detroit. And people don't even know that or give him his credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Benihana. The Lost Boys made Benihana popular. The Lost Boys made Lamb Chops popular.
Roof Chris, all that shit.
Yeah.
Roof Chris.
Yeah, for sure.
Balling on your bitch. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
I remember he said on my son's left wrist was a Lady Day Just. I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Y'all niggas get money. We are too. Why you worry about us? We ain't worry about you. That's some old school shit.
I had to see a little baby with a little 28 millimeter that looked like right on his hand, like, damn, that's what he was talking about. You know, the names of watches or nothing, none of that shit.
Man, so
There's a lot of money floating around back then, too.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, niggas was kicking ass.
for sure. For
So,
sure. So
and a lot more loyalty.
where Detroit is at right now? No. See, there's so many places I can go with this shit. So we go from the Lost Boy era to the Billboard era. Let's go back to that phone call. Where you like, yeah, Wall, this nigga about to be ooh. How you meet T? How you meet Tee Grizzley?
Actually, Peasy brought him to the studio when he was All-Star Ball Hard T. And I didn't know who he was. He just had been up there. I ain't paying him no attention. But he always tell me, yeah, you was sitting at the desk, you had a gun on the counter and all this other shit. So I know he met me through T. But then I just became a fan of the song Quick. He was going so hard on Quick. I'm like, damn, where this young nigga at? They like, man, that nigga about to get 30 years. It's over. And I never even asked about him again. So when he came out as Tee Grizzley, I didn't even realize that he was All-Star Ball Hard T. So his auntie is the one that came looking for me because he felt like, I don't want to fuck with dog because he probably cost too much. She like, no, we going to go with the nigga that's the best. And she called me up and was like, you know, my nephew is getting out of jail. He has a bunch of songs that he wrote to that don't have beats. Can you make beats around the songs? And I'm like, that's my specialty. Period.
So you made that beat around his lyrics?
Yeah. She brought him to the studio. He got the beating on the table, rapping that shit. That long-ass song all the way through without messing up. And I was like, all right, come back later. I'm going to have a beat for you. It was me and a couple of my mans there. I ain't let them know how hard I thought it was then. But when that nigga walked out the door, we was like, God damn.
So it's safe to say you kind of knew it right then and there.
I mean, wasn't nobody taking the shit out the city, though. So I kind of felt like, I'm like, he going to be major in the city. Like, he going to go crazy in the city. That's all I thought.
When you went into making that beat, did you go into, this the one? I got to make this to be the one?
Well, I felt like the song was already a masterpiece. So I had to make a beat that was a masterpiece for it. But I didn't think it was going to be the one like that.
That shit done got to the point where that song has become, in terminology, like, how can I say this? Like, when we talk about shit, we talk about episodes of our podcast, this nigga always be talking about, you wanted to be a Tee Grizzley first day out. He say that all the time. Like that's...
Like, just a smash off the bat.
Yeah. Look, though, my uncle Junior, he worked with Stevie Wonder. My family actually got Stevie started.
Straight up.
They from Warren. They from Warren on 25th.
I just realized, like, within a few years ago that, like, he really was, like, from Detroit.
Yeah, he from Warren on 25th. He from here. He stayed on Roosevelt.
What?
He stayed on Roosevelt. They stayed on 25th.
So he basically from our hood.
Hell yeah.
Gone. That closet
like,
gone.
we got pictures and shit with
crazy.
Stevie. But my uncle used to always tell me, one song can change your whole life. They used to want this nigga to sing. Like, this nigga can really sing and motherfuckers don't know it.
Oh, blow me into him, nigga.
No bullshit. No, for real.
Let me
My
hear some.
auntie used to be on his ass.
I don't like singing.
Try to force this nigga to sing. And that was the thing with my uncle. He would not fuck with no rap. He wouldn't fuck with no rap. But if you could sing, he'd be at your ass.
But when you made that beat, man, when you went into that beat, because you say you felt his lyrics was there. Mm-hmm. When you made that beat, you didn't think it was you didn't aim for it to be a ballpark hit?
Nah. We had other songs. All them bitches was good.
Oh, so that ain't actually his first song like people think it was. Like, he got out of jail, that was his first song he made with you. Y'all had made other songs?
No, that was the first song we made, but after that we kept working.
Was it you or him that was like, this should be the first one that you drop out with?
Man, T had his whole album mapped out from beginning to end, every fucking song. Already wrote.
Damn.
That motherfucker got a song called 10K. Like, he charging 10K for a verse. And he literally was telling me, like, okay, we're going to drop first day out, and we're going to drop this song, we're going to drop this song, and by the time we get to this song, I'm going to be able to charge $10,000 for a verse. And then we're going to drop this. Like, he had it planned out like that. He ain't have a plan B or nothing.
So that
I don't like playing B's.
That bitch dropped.
Yeah, that shit worked.
You can go back to my Instagram.
Damn.
Because you was telling me when the shit was going to drop. You can go back to my Instagram when it dropped. I watched it, and I was like, blue, like, this shit is it. It's finally some Detroit shit that it's really...
So really,
is
I got to give a lot of credit to the niggas who shot the video, too.
Who shot the video?
Hustleberry Films. It's Hustleberry Films, the white boy and damn, what's my dog name? With the curly mustache.
I ain't up on him.
Hustleberry Films. I don't know either.
But shout out Hustleberry Films.
But yeah, the video was a classic. They put their all in that motherfucker.
And from there, that bitch went.
They put their all in that bitch.
That bitch changed.
You had a great song, a great beat, and a great video. So when Joseph dropped it on For Show magazine, he called me probably in the middle of the morning. He called me early as hell. He was like, "What's the biggest song you ever dropped?" And I was like, shit. I think I said Nisha Nashay, Now I'm on the Cloud. He was like, "This your biggest song."
Not to cut you off, but I gotta know this. What the fuck is the middle of the morning?
like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning type shit.
The middle of that was
That's some old school shit. Don't be waking me up in the middle of the morning like that. That's some old school shit.
So when that motherfucker first day off took
My
off,
nigga Kiefer shot that shit.
when that bitch took off, how did shit change for you?
It changed everything. I just had lived in Atlanta for like a year. I'm going to studios playing beats. They running me out the motherfuckers. They ain't feeling none of that shit. None of that up-tempo Detroit shit. Playing the Doughboy shit, Team Eastside shit. They wasn't feeling none of that shit.
in Atlanta. They wasn't feeling your shit.
Nowhere they wasn't feeling that shit.
Wow.
Motherfuckers crazy.
But you had
Wouldn't
worked
play
with
that
you had
shit,
worked with
nothing.
Atlanta artists at that point, right?
Yeah, but when I'm working with them, I gotta do Atlanta type beats. You feel me?
And
So after first day out, when I go in the studio, they want some Detroit shit. It's been like that ever since
they
first
asked
day
for
out.
something that sounds similar to that.
Up until now, they want Detroit shit when I go in the studio.
Damn.
Up until that point, who had you worked with before you did first day out? Like who was?
Cheesy.
Nah, Jeezy. I got a story behind that because KA used to come get beat CDs from you and all type of shit, and just if we just had to pay for the beat or whatever. If not, it's just a hell of a beat CD that we just got. So, Black Dreams, Mafia, bitch, I'm in the Mafia. Me and KA had that beat CD. And we
Sure
done had it. That song was in KA. Remember, we used to come to the studio. The Black Apple, the Black MacBook, that was in the Black MacBook.
My man Onion gave Jeezy that beat somehow.
Me and KA riding and listen to that Jeezy Prime Minister CD, and that song come on. We like, man, what the fuck? We got this beat on the computer, and it was a hell beat. You know what I mean? So, true story. You know
After
what
that,
I mean?
that's when I was like, man, I'm putting, because I used to use a tag here and there, but after Jeezy got my beat, I'm like, I'm putting tag on every fucking thing. I don't give a fuck if I make a hi-hat, I'm putting a tag on it.
For sure. So, when first day out take off, you was in Atlanta. You said they weren't really fucking with the sound.
Not at all.
So that dropped. Everything changed.
Everything changed.
Who was the first motherfucker that reached out to you after that, asking for some sound like that?
Who was it? Lil Yachty? Shit. Drake was trying to get to a nigga at one point.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear.
And you ain't
For a
worked with him?
Detroit beat.
Man, T Cock Block, I ain't gonna lie.
How?
They don't produce with nobody but T. Like,
Listen.
What?
they talking to the people.
Hold
you feel me?
on. You say Drake reached out to you for a beat.
They reached out to her.
Because she was your manager at one point in time, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Drake reached out to Hell for a beat.
That's crazy. How did you end up finding that information out? That she?
You should have.
I forgot how I found that shit out.
You should have gifted that nigga a beat for his birthday.
But she was telling me like they was on her line, but she wasn't making it happen though. You feel me? I don't know what she was trying to get out of it. But she was real slick and real smart. So
out of everybody who reached out to you, who was the first one you actually got? That actually got to you, that you actually produced the beat for?
shit, I started doing shit for everybody. But I remember me and T was in the studio with Yachty, and you got some 808 Mafia niggas in there. You got some like hard ass producers. And I'm like, man, they ain't gonna be fucking with my shit. And they in there playing all that hard shit. And as soon as I play some shit, this nigga Yachty just losing his mind. Loaded up. Everything I play, loaded up. Instantly. I couldn't believe it. But Yachty had been kind of like fucking with the Detroit sound though.
A lot of people, I just seen some shit where it's like going both ways. A lot of people applauding him for doing what he did, the Michigan Boat Boy CD, whatever it was called. And a lot of people like, that was some bullshit. And then a lot of people giving him credit for putting our sound on the map, which I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what?
I applaud him for doing it.
He definitely respect it, and he fuck with niggas though. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he like just doing it just cause it's hot. It's like he really fuck with niggas.
And I didn't even know it was a whole DVD behind it and all that. Like, I ain't know none of that. I'm in jail, and we just get shit randomly on the computer, and I see some Ray with Yachty, and I'm like, what the fuck? And
You don't really fuck with Yachty?
I'm learning to. Yachty hard. But at first, I didn't like it because of the image.
They said he was a genuine dude.
The motherfucking, the bees and the red. I'm like,
he
fuck
is.
it, you know what I mean?
He is
But
a genuine dude. He a good nigga.
and for real, like, I'm a lyricist. You a lyricist. You a lyricist.
Sure.
Like, no cap, no shade to nobody.
Me and him was in the studio. He was working on some shit, and he in there doing ad libs just like us. You know what I'm saying?
Yachty?
Boom, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's artists that he wrote for. You might not know it, but if you listen to the music, now that I said it, you be like, damn, Hell wrote that.
So look, boy, we
So-
in the studio, Yachty working on some Detroit shit. So JT walk in, I don't even know who she is. She like, what is this bullshit you doing? This shit sound weak as fuck.
Man,
Going on.
Trying to go on our sound.
Going on him?
Yeah.
About using our sound.
Man, like, man, this shit weak.
what are
What is you doing? What is you in here doing? He in there doing the ad-libs.
So
But-
you'll produce a beat for a motherfucker and pin that motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
Because like I'm saying, we get the Yachty a little
Me just being in the room, the song gonna come out better.
Can't you hear, now that you hear some of the
I
Drake
think
shit
so.
that Yachty wrote it?
Oh, most definitely.
So
Most definitely.
now that you listen to certain shit, I'm going to point some shit out to you off camera because I don't know if nobody want to be exposed. that he
Yeah,
wrote.
don't do that.
That I know he wrote.
I want to know though.
I'm going to give you one.
sure.
Just
I don't
because it's so
like-
old.
I don't like when niggas write shit and then be playing the
The
demo version of it.
what they call it, the lead, or what the fuck they call it? Like the Quentin Miller nigga.
The reference.
Yeah, reference track.
Don't do that.
But
Do they mind you saying that you pin that shit?
y'all hoes ain't nothing like boss. Every day I hustle like Ross. He met me and he cut you right off. Yesterday, DTE came and cut your lights off. Who flows that?
Damn.
It's his flow.
Boss just
But
called
it's-
me. She just called me from jail. She doing like 60 days or some shit.
Damn, that's crazy. I'd have never thought that, dog.
You know what I mean? I know that because I know his flow. Like I say, that was my favorite rapper at one point in time.
I don't think I told Wall that. That nigga crazy.
Did you write that motherfucking song?
Yeah, but I ain't.
We never.
You ain't know how he knew that though.
Because I know the flow. It's a pattern, a certain cadence to the flow. And back then, it was like
I'm real deadly right now.
to where nobody probably couldn't tell.
I would have known some shit.
So you
I'm deadly with
so,
this shit.
So you can write me some songs and shit.
Hell yeah.
You motherfucking right. That's like this. Regardless of what the fuck went on,
B-man. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas.
I hate talking crazy, and it's gonna be it's gonna be you too
Hey,
though.
look, this shit ain't moist and nice, nigga. This shit, hey, this ain't moist and nice, nigga. This is serious, nigga. I told him.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying,
right,
dog. So why you won't fucking do nothing, man?
I like doing it for fun. You know who? I think I want to do a album with Cino and Vito, but I think I just want to talk about
I was just about to ask you that.
like females and shit like that, like grown up ass nigga shit.
So is
I mean, that's
anybody you
cool
want
with
to
that.
work with? Is you want to do an album with Cino and Vino?
Yeah.
Is it anybody that you want to work with industry wise that you haven't worked with?
I want to work with Drake for sure.
That'd be dope than a motherfucker.
Yeah, that'll be.
That nigga still.
I'm
my-
surprised at this
my
though,
dog.
because like I ain't gonna call Drake a swagger. I ain't gonna even know what to call it, but he kind of usually hop on the wave of what's going on.
Yeah. So that's
So
why,
I'm surprised he ain't hopped on our sound. But then I take that back. His artist Smiley got a song with Vez right now.
and that's Drake artist.
Yeah, it's Drake artist. Smiley
The-
sound
the
over
Canada-
It
the-
sound like some Detroit shit, but it's
The Canada,
Smiley and Vez.
I ain't know
those
that.
in Canada, they definitely fuck with our sound.
I mean, of course they right.
But
there.
I think Pac got a verse from Drake, but they ain't let him put it out.
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who did?
Pac-Man,
Pac-Man.
BFB Pac-Man.
I ain't
From
know.
Flint.
Oh, the fat boy with the glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He got a verse from him, but they didn't clear it.
Yeah.
Because they had the beef shit going on, so they looking at what they put out very strategically.
I had heard rumors that Ray had a song
It
with
made
Drake,
sense though.
but I don't know how true it
I
was.
feel like he gonna spin the block and end up doing something with Pac-Man though.
Why they couldn't put it out though? That's the shit I don't be understanding. I don't.
I mean, it be
It's like
clearances
Drake
and
wasn't
shit.
clear because he got the beef going on with Kendrick, so they probably was like looking at it strategically, like what they put out. Because anything Drake put out, the world gonna take it and put it right here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's like I'm in the middle of a beef, so I can't. This is what it's all about right now.
Let me ask you this, man. This term gatekeeping. That shit done went left because I thought gatekeeper was somebody like that held it down and made sure that I open doors instead of close them. So what you think that is? You think a gatekeeper is somebody open doors and close?
Me personally, I don't like being called that.
And why you
That's
say
just
that?
me personally. Some people it could be used as a positive or a negative, but
I thought it was a fucked up term.
Because to me, it's like
I thought it was a positive term at
if
first.
you help-
Now it seemed like
if you helping people get in the door, you blocking people too.
Why you say that?
If you a
Because
gay people keeper, that's what you got to do. That's your job, and I don't want to block nobody myself. Because as a gatekeeper, you gotta make those decisions of who you let through and who you don't let through.
I mean, but as a businessman, because like I say, I don't think nobody that know you can get up here and say you ain't a humble nigga, you a fucked up nigga. You know what I mean? So as a businessman, if somebody asks you a business decision, I'm thinking you gonna give them the best decision as a business person. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So like with whatever call it was that you made when Gotti asked you who was the hottest out of Detroit, and you told him Doug. That's what you genuinely felt was the best business decision, correct?
For sure. And Doug was just my nigga.
That's his
period.
opinion too, though. That's
But-
that's opinion based.
I also know pay your nigga. You ain't say pay, so you might have felt Doug was the best business decision.
Nah, it wasn't really about that because I felt like Pay, you got to think about it like this. Pay was already with Jeezy. He not about to sign to another rapper. You feel me? So that was just like the best choice to me. You feel me? Because I named about like 5 niggas.
But you say you felt that was the best choice to you.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you the best choice I think that you can, an artist that's going to do it. I'm not hating on nobody else or gatekeeping on nobody else by giving them who I think.
People always like, who's the other 5 niggas that
you know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I don't think that you saying that who you thought was the best was hating on the next man. Now, it might have been not giving him that opportunity, but that don't mean I'm hating on you or gatekeeping you. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to play everybody's shit for Gotti. You feel me?
And I know that, you know what I mean? I know you.
I think he already had his eyes on Doug, but he needed my confirmation. You feel me? So for him to take an interest in him and I come along, he like, hell, who you fucking with? He ain't gonna tell me, hey, I'm looking at such and such with you. He like, hell, who you fucking with? And I'm like, name all these niggas. And he like, if you had to pick one, you gonna put the house on one, who it's gonna be? And I'm like, shit, Doug. But we was in the studio making crazy shit. I'm a Doug fan.
Damn,
Me too.
That's
Big
fresh
Doug
as
fan.
fuck, bro. Me too. I was listening to that nigga way before he was with Gotti.
You was just talking about him the
Hell
other
yeah.
day.
I think I was probably one of the first niggas listening.
Listen, man, you done had conversations
No
about
bullshit.
Doug. You know, as far as musically, you know, I fuck with little dog music. You know what I mean?
He not even like a typical rapper. Like,
Yeah.
he just picked the shit up and just
Ran.
raw with it.
Hell yeah. Ran with it.
Up and coming. Who you think the next up and coming out the city?
Shit, we got a lot. You know, I got to plug who I fuck with, man. I got
Definitely.
my nephew, D Rich, he in a group called TRL. I put you up on that shit. They hard. And then, you know, I got a situation with Pistol and a white girl. The white girl finna shake shit.
Man, I heard that white girl,
Yeah,
dog.
I be seeing her.
I was like, what the fuck? That's all her?
She finna shake shit. Nah, she can rap. She got bars.
I like her, though, for real.
Who else? Who else you think next to do it out the city?
I want to see Cash Kid get his.
I do too.
You want to see Cash Kid
Because
like bar wise.
a lot of niggas done
He
took
like
Cash
literally
Kid
like one of
style.
the. He like one of the
nobody
best
fucking with
one-liner rappers it is.
Hell yeah.
period.
He deserve it,
He's
dog.
clever as shit.
Yeah,
That nigga deserve
He
it.
like a Black Hood Eminem.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't see how M ain't looking at this nigga.
I
like,
always
this
wonder
nigga
what
ain't crazy.
what happened with him.
No, he still be.
I mean, he still got some motion, but you know, I
That
don't.
nigga-
I don't know if he want
Hard
me to say
at the
this or
beginning.
not. I think Cash be getting money like pimping and shit. That's what I just think.
Yeah, so you think he content with that?
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
But when he drop, man, you listen to that nigga CD, every
That nigga
line, you gotta be
hard.
like,
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I fuck
Did
with
he
that.
just say that?
And I think them niggas, the Blue Bloods Clan sound just like him. And they had a song with him, so I
They
think that was
definitely listening.
for sure. Man, you know, we got to get, like, I need the real, man. And it's coming from who I consider the man who made the Detroit sound. Top 5 Detroit all time.
Well, you know who I always say my number one is? Who you think?
Let your people know. I know.
Wine.
Your number one at number one?
Yeah.
Okay. So
As far as like lyrically, like, and just like I say not even just Detroit, all over. Like niggas, he fucking over.
Hey, this some
a
real
lot of
shit.
rappers.
This some real shit, man. And I'm gonna say this like real shit. And I done told him this. What the fuck is you waiting on, man? Put the shit out.
Just put it out.
Put the fucking music out. Put the music out.
It's gonna be respected, cause
Put the music out. Especially now with all the bullshit controversy. Put the music. Let the music speak for itself. Put the music out.
yeah. But I hate doing top fives though. I give you one,
Motherfuckers feel away.
and I gotta put Herc in there. And I'm just going off
he going old school.
influential, everything.
You gotta damn near. You gotta be like. You gotta say categories like top 5.
For sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
or
I mean, but I want this.
And
I want this broke down.
I gotta go.
Everybody value this coming out your mouth.
I gotta go Mac Nichols. Just at the meet, just recording him and watching like what he did to the rap game and like, you know what I'm saying?
So we got Mac, Herc,
One.
Juan.
Damn, that's tough. Cause I damn near want to just go Tango and Cash for real, but shit,
You can use them as one.
You gotta spread this around. You gotta spread it around.
Yeah.
We already got Herc in there.
old
yeah.
school.
And I gotta go Blade.
Blade.
I gotta go Blade.
You can't leave Blade out.
You can't leave
that's-
Blade out,
yeah.
bro. He just so
Cannot
influential.
leave Blade out, dog.
All right, we got one more.
Damn, who we gonna give it to? Fucking me, dog. Niggas can't fuck with me for real.
That's what the fuck I want to hear.
For real.
That's what the fuck I
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
I be
Last-
saying some
that
shit.
Hall
I
of
be like,
Fame? That Hall of Fame, burnt that bitch up. Burnt that bitch up. Right now.
When I be doing them little rap platforms, I make other people want to do them.
For sure.
Niggas like, okay, I want to go on there now.
Right now. Who the hottest out the city? Not who the best, who the hottest.
The hottest. Damn, that's a.
I'm going with V's.
These niggas, I just was about to say, it's like V's and Skilla is down there like at a tie. Down there.
That little nigga Tay B hard, dog. He hard.
Definitely.
I fuck with
That
Tay B.
nigga hard. I
Like,
told you that.
I got some
That
shit.
nigga
I got some
hard,
old songs.
nigga.
I got some old Tay B songs
Hell
I can
yeah,
play for
he
you right
hard,
now. You wouldn't
nigga.
even believe it. I gotta get in with Tay B. I need a lock in. Don't bring no jury, no money. I was looking at Tay B last night like, oh, this nigga actually just looked like a rich nigga. Like, not just like, that nigga Lynx was made out of like they 20s. It was just 20s, no Cuban or nothing. Like, this some custom shit that you just had with a bust down paddock.
he the first nigga from the city I seen paddocking like that. You know what I mean? For real.
Man,
But if you could put a CD together, like, and I'm surprised you ain't did this, like, and I don't know why
working on
nobody. A solo CD or a DJ
CD
Khaled
with-
type CD?
with a DJ Khaled type CD.
Compilation.
Because remember when that song with, was it V's and GMO?
Yeah,
When that dropped,
yeah.
he was like, "Well, I got something," and that was
Yeah.
like the first shit that hit
That
on
was
the
a
computer.
part of it, but like,
That was the
what
first shit that hit on the core links in the Fed. So I was like, man, hell, you know what I mean?
I think right after that, the pandemic came, so that kind of like just stopped the motion. You feel me?
But you got something in the making.
Yeah, for sure. I fuck with that song.
Who can we expect on that motherfucker?
Shit. I want everybody. I definitely want. I want V's, Ray, Peasy, Pay, Kid, One Up T, Biz.
I like One Up T.
Me too.
Shit, Doug T. Anybody I can get for real. Motherfucking Baby Trying. We can't leave our Baby Trying. Hold on.
Listen,
It might be a tie Skillet Baby Trying V's for real. Cause
I ain't tapped into Baby Tron
different, dog.
I ain't tapped into him, and I ain't gonna sit here and say I don't fuck with him because I ain't tapped into him.
I'm gonna say this about Tron. Tron one nigga that whenever he go on tour or do anything, that nigga call me, pick which dates you wanna come to and fly me out. a young nigga doing that.
Speaking of such, man, I'm in the building, the Doug concert. And, you know, I was kind of newly
Best
fresh.
concert ever.
You know, I was kind of newly fresh home then. So that was like it was something to me to,
Did I see
to be
you
there?
there?
No, I ain't see you there. But I seen you on the Jumbotron.
I think that was the best Detroit concert ever. This is my opinion right now.
Like,
Doug concert?
Yeah.
on the Jumbotron, I seen it in your face like
What-
it was a pure surprise.
What concert fucking with that concert?
None, like nothing. Every
They
concert
showed
I
me-
went after
when
that.
They showed me the list of the people that was on there, like, this the list. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But when he brought you out there-
Yeah,
That's
right.
that was hard.
Yo,
nigga.
Lil Baby,
That was
Jeezy,
fuck.
Boosie, all these Meek Mills. I'm like, all these niggas can't be here. It's impossible. Glorilla, like,
That was one for the ages.
310, baby. Like, that nigga had everybody, dog. And
When he
then-
brought you out there, motherfucker, it was like a shock look on your face.
Man, I wasn't expecting that. Doug will surprise you, dog. He like the Sour Patch Kid. Like, 1 minute he like the evilest, little meanest person in the world, and next minute he'll just do something, just a lot of gratitude.
So in that moment, how did you feel? Because I looked at it like, damn, look at, you know what I mean? Like, you looked at it like you was genuinely shocked and genuinely surprised. Like,
It was just a big moment. It was like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, we done came here from not being able to do shows, not being able, like, we used to not even be able to get on the artist shows that come here. No fucking independent Detroit artists, and
for sure.
and to come and have a show like this,
And we just had to pay to get
and
on
you
shows
got
and shit.
down there Team Eastside and the Doughboys, like, down there like the main event with all these big people, but everybody really want to see this. That was big.
Yeah, that was hard.
The love from home.
Doug wasn't gonna let that shit go.
I got to go back a little
He
bit.
had to get both of them.
Because like I
Dog.
say, it's so much that I want to go doing this interview with you. Team Eastside. The Doughboys had a wave. But for me, when I got hip to both of them, because I was behind the 8-ball on both of them.
You remember Tom Gallardi, the old Italian nigga that used to do the distribution? He used to distribute to like all the stores that sold CDs and tapes. He the one who taught me about Team Eastside. He like, man, it's these dudes, they coming up, they hard, you gotta fuck with them. But at the time, it was them against the Doughboys, and I'm damn near in the Doughboys. I'm
I
rapping
heard
on
that
every album.
if you don't work,
Yeah, you feel me?
when I heard that if you don't work,
So listen,
it was over with.
so I'm damn near an honorary Doughboy. Then I got these niggas like, I like these niggas. They want to work with me. I want to work with them. So I went to pay. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Y'all beefing, whatever. These niggas want to work with me and I want to work with them. What you think? Pay like, man, go ahead and do that shit. Even though he knew it was friction, he like, do it. You feel me?
So what the first song you did with the Team
If
Eastside?
you don't work, you don't eat. To this
And that's
day,
the first song I heard.
to this day, that's one of my favorite beats I ever made, period.
I was about to ask you that because I asked you that before. And you said that was your favorite beat.
So you know I ain't fake.
I was about to see, did you still stand on that?
Yeah,
And you
for
still
sure.
stand on that to this day?
Man, go listen to that shit.
I listen to it all the time. What the fuck you talking about? That's in my heavy rotation still to this day. That's one
They
of my
had
favorite
something
songs.
to prove. You feel me? They had something to prove. Like,
Okay,
nigga,
so-
we on a heli beat, they was like, we gotta give it our all on this motherfucker. Everybody on that bitch.
Out of Team Eastside, you got Peasy, you got Ray. Today, right now, did you see them being where they at now?
Yeah.
I always thought Ray had it.
Look, I tried to sign Ray when he was 15 years old before I ever heard Team Eastside. He was cold when he was 15 years old. I heard some shit that was unbelievable from Ray. And then we just kept a relationship since then. I used to just call him, send him songs, send him my songs, Mae West songs. Like, what you think it is? Is this hard? Is this keeping up with the young shit? Is this? And he'll tell me what he fucking with, what he not fucking with. At
So that say a
15,
lot.
I trusted him with
But that said a lot that you respect his ear musically. Like,
hell yeah.
That say a lot, though.
Hell yeah.
Say
and
a lot for sure.
for me, like,
Ray still don't rap to like, he could be so
you getting it where I'm
lyrical,
going
he could get on the,
because when he
Ray-
rap with Sam, King Hendrix, he come with a whole different bag. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's just effortless to him.
Exactly.
But if he want to, he could probably then get on a Kendrick.
But what I
Street
fuck with,
band.
he didn't like had a certain sound of the Detroit sound. It's like to me, he pushed the envelope a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Cause like when I get in the studio with Ray, he'd be like, "Play some shit for me that you would play for Hov." Like he don't want to hear no regular shit.
Oh, that's what Ray would say to you. Play some shit you play for Hov.
He told me that before.
And for real, I don't hear him on none of the beats that sound like they Detroit beats. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to think about it, they rapped on it so much. Cause some people be complaining like, "They don't be on them Detroit beats like that." And I'm like, shit, they done rapped on them so long.
Yeah,
Like these niggas is new to a lot of people, but they started so young. They actually veterans.
Hold on, man. Everybody got a voice exclusive, man. I got my man, none other than one and only T Stucky calling live from the FBOP on right now. What's up, boy? What's up, boy? We in the middle. I got Hill right here. We in the middle of the podcast. I tried to call you when he first pulled up. What's up, though?
What's up, big bro?
What up, Joe? What's up, Joe?
What you say, bro?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm chilling, big bro.
I say you all right?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Hey, I was with a bunch of them yays last night
Yeah, where y'all was at?
at Payroll concert.
Oh, payroll concert.
Yeah.
You did something on this new album?
I think I do something on every album.
Okay, that's right. What's up? That's why you gotta utilize your platform. You gotta go and do that label, man.
Say, do the label, huh?
Man, you gotta do the label, man. Shit.
You live on my fit. You live on everybody's voice. You say tell him to do the label stuff.
Hey, that's T Stucky. He said do the label. Y'all heard it.
And goddamn it, let me let that motherfucker down. I got some artists for you, boy. I got one out of Texas. I got one out of Florida. They like that.
They like that.
I need to hear him. I still got the WhatsApp. You got to text him to send me some shit.
Okay, y'all need to start playing music on these motherfucking podcast shows.
Hey, listen, nigga. Man, send some of the motherfucking music, man, and send it to him personally, or I'm gonna forward it to him, man. But you know what it is, man. Tap in, man. Let us get back to this, gangster.
Hey, love, big bro.
Okay.
It's all love, baby. You know it.
All right.
I gotta get up out of here, boy.
For sure, man. But and it was definitely, man, a blessing, man, having you come through, man.
Hey, man, you my brother. I love you, man. I'm proud of you, dog. And to do what you did and still stay you the whole time, like, I ain't never talked to you. You never sound depressed. You never brought me. You lifted me up every time I talked to you.
Hey, look, this nigga used to call me, right? He be like, what's going on out there? He be like, man, don't tell me that shit that Luck talking about. I don't want to hear no depressing shit, bitch. I heard you get money out there, bitch. Tell me something good, dog. Bitch, what you got going on, bitch? Send me a couple dollars.
Listen,
So, how you talk to a nigga that's in a joint that lift your spirit?
No down shit.
He lift your spirit when you talk to him. That's crazy.
Yeah, he
You heard what Hov say.
That nigga ain't want to hear no
Every time I
damn
play
shit,
five, all he want to hear is his boy talk fly. I ain't want to hear none of that.
You ain't want to hear
man.
none of that
I
shit
don't wanna
but
hear that
fly
shit.
shit. Yeah.
I ain't never seen you complain. Even before you went, when you know you was going, you ain't walking around moping, robbing everybody. You know how niggas.
I remember that shit.
Niggas get dangerous.
Remember you and KA was coming on Pacific damn
For sure.
every day.
For sure.
I didn't believe him. Like, man, Wall ain't about to go to jail. He chilling.
I thought he wasn't either, dog. I thought they ain't had shit on him. I thought he was good.
Man,
Them bitch ass niggas.
that's a whole
Tell
nother
them
story,
motherfuckers,
man.
boy.
But in closing, man, it's everybody got a voice, man. We live from Farm Boy Studios, man. We got Helluva in the building, man. Detroit, like,
I can come back.
Detroit legend.
Boy, what you mean you come back, man? You welcome all the time, man. Anytime, man. You say you can come back. You know how I'm gonna press the envelope.
And I need you to write.
Yeah, we gonna
Let's fuck around and do something. Y'all be recording up here.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's what we definitely need you to come up here. Like, we want you to. I want you to set my tempo.
really
you
need
know what I
to
mean?
kick it with you about something just off camera though.
Nah, I'm gonna come up here and fuck with y'all.
Man, but in closing, man, everybody got a voice, man. If you can use your voice for anything, man, what advice the Helluva got? Any upcoming artists or anything, man? What do you? Everybody got a voice, man. One time for Helluva, man, use your voice.
I say stay consistent and put God first. You know, it's a lot of evil out here. You gotta put God first and walk with faith. And you know, you put that into whatever you're doing, and good gonna come back to you.
There you have it, man. Everybody has a voice. Live from Far Boy Studios. Hell of an episode.
Niggas got the sound effects and everything for you, boy. Serious.
Hold on, before you go on the way out the door, I just gotta let you hear this one thing.
Definitely glad you came to this motherfucker.
Man,
I appreciate y'all.
Man, we appreciate you, man, like a motherfucker.
Where you at? You way over there?
It's fucked up, man. I like the little shit that's going on, man, but I grew up in the 90s, man, so I grew up off Nas, man, off Capone and Noriega, off my beat, man, off just off the prototype, man, so I be wanting to feel that type of shit, man. I be wanting to bring that back, man. I be wanting to bring that back. One of those bitches, something fishy, niggas smell funny. Ty Chris and all them bitches say I smell like money. Hit her off 100 pack. Now she said she love me.